Test, test, test. There we go. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Sorry I wasn't able to stream last night. My phone has been having some issues, and I've been trying to get that fixed up because without my phone, I really have no life right now. But I can only charge my phone wirelessly right now, which is a big pain in the butt. However, good news coming out for today is Bitcoin is booming. It just hit $21,000, way above my expectations here. We've had a few different breakouts over the last few days as far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we've been talking about those, but still, I didn't think we were going to have this mini parabolic run here, so we have to talk about it. We have to see how much further we want to go. Personally, before I get into this, I would have to say that I think either today or tomorrow is probably going to be the last day, or today's candle or tomorrow's candles is going to be the last day of this rally that we're seeing right now, and then we'll have a cool down period, and then we'll see, how much further you guys will have another buying opportunity here. Let's take a peek at it here. And hey, Crypto Yellow Vest, hey, Little Cola, and hey, Pablo. Hope you guys are doing well. I've been putting out a lot of videos lately, so I'm not entirely sure if many of you guys are getting notifications here. I've started a new process as far as doing these AI dictionary videos because, as I told you guys a few months ago, I was building out a plan that I wanted to start this year as far as me going through the majority of these topics here on Investopedia, just giving you guys a verbal definition of what they are and putting them on here. So if any of you guys ever want to know what an A/B trust is, or an absolute advantage, or an absolute return, or an agency problem, or an agency cost, or an Article 50, you guys will have an idea of what that is, not in the visual sense, but if you guys just want to listen to what it says with an example, I'll be putting these up. I think I have a couple more coming out tomorrow, and I'm going to try to put out 2 a day, so you guys will learn 2 concepts a day if you want to, or you guys don't have to watch them. If you guys ever have a question about one of these things, you can always come back and look at them again, okay? And hey, Island Time, hey, Jonathan, hope you guys are doing okay. So, we saw that Bitcoin has had a couple breakouts over the last few days. You can see the first one here. Let me get these, there you go, divergences off for now. There's just too many of them on the screen. We had that first breakout over here, January 23rd, or what is this, January 6th. And you can see that we've definitely started to blow up here, even having a breakout yesterday, which really continued on this massive move. You guys know my price target was way, way below this sector, way back over here around $18,000, $19,000, probably like $18,500 level that we talked about. Now, what I see going forward is we have a very nice monthly run. We haven't had a weekly run. We haven't had a big week like this in a very long time since we were back over here maybe in March of last year, or all the way over here in July, back in 2021, over a year ago now. So this is something that's very, very interesting. I don't exactly know what the catalyst was for this event. I feel like perhaps, this is me perhaps, remember how we've been talking over the past few weeks, how I don't think we would have actually gone lower back over here a few months ago if it were not for the FTX saga. I believe that the FTX saga put us into a little bit more of an oversold position than I think the market wanted to be in, and this is just its way of correcting it. However, because we did have this dip with FTX, if I go over here to the Coinbase chart, which just lets me go back in time a little bit further here, you guys will notice some really cool stuff that's happening now. So let me get rid of all these other technicals here. Let's get rid of that. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see. We did break above the 20-week moving average for the first time in a while, and this is a very robust move above that 20 moving average here. Last time over here, we had a robust move. We kind of consolidated for a week, then we just kind of came crashing back down, unfortunately. However, this time it looks a lot better. We're just currently dealing with this level of resistance up here at about, what is this, $21,500. Perfectly fine right now. The little bit of crypto that I had left, I'm pretty much sold out of it earlier today. Not at 21,000, but kind of around 20,000, a little bit earlier than maybe some of you guys have. I know some of you guys are still holding. However, let me get rid of those little drawings here again. Just to show you guys one thing on the monthly chart. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't think this is the big reversal, like to show the Bitcoin bottom, however. But I do think this will let us go sideways for a little bit longer and possibly let us get back up to 25,000 if the NASDAQ and the SPY are able to break out. My one concern right now is Bitcoin is having an amazing time. Altcoins are also having an amazing time. We're going to be talking about those as well. Ethereum just broke out, right? The one thing I am concerned about and optimistic about, is what happens as the SPY and the NASDAQ head up towards those larger trend lines that we've been talking about for the past few months. Let's just go. Actually, let's just go to, yeah, you can just go to this one. We got NASDAQ here. The NASDAQ can continue to pump up for the next week and maybe even a week after that. Maybe a week of going up, a week of testing, maybe. But as that happens here, that will still give Bitcoin an opportunity to move up even higher, especially because the NASDAQ really didn't move up too much over the last couple days here. I mean, this is the weekly chart. I mean, we moved up some, but it's not like we've gone parabolic. It's mostly been happening in a week, and I think Bitcoin's kind of caught up to that. But we have a few more days, maybe a week or two, of trying to test out and break out here. And of course, with the SPY is a little bit closer here. So I do think going into next week, you're going to see a little bit more turbulence here. But since it's Friday, since the weekend's about to hop on here, guys, I think it's going to be a day trader's paradise right now. If you guys want to do some swing trades and stuff like that, probably should have been buying those breakouts that we've been talking about. But at this point, there are still lots of plays out there that haven't broken out. I think one that just broke out a few hours ago was Solana, again, out of just a normal pennant play, that your classic pennant play. Let me see if I can pull that up here for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right, your basic pennant, lower highs, boom, little breakout right there. Simple. I think it might even shown up a little bit better, yeah. Oh, that could have just been a flag on the 4-hour chart too. But you basically just had you a little bit of a breakout right here, maybe a falling wedge, if you will. And that breakout ended up giving you some good money there, but it seems like day traders are going to be making a lot of money here. Swing if you want to. I'm still going to be sticking by my day trader mentality. As far as my dollar cost averages that I've been doing, honestly, I'm probably just going to keep doing them for now. Maybe adjust them a little bit lighter right now because everything is a little bit more expensive, like 5, 10, 20% more than just a few weeks ago now. But while last time when Bitcoin was going up a little bit higher, everybody, like way back over here, I told you guys I was actually cooling off on my dollar cost averaging until we came back down here. We're still well below that level, so I still feel pretty happy about dollar cost averaging right now. So that's kind of my opinion on it. But one other thing here, we know that Bitcoin broke out here. We know it also broke out there on a couple different occasions. Ethereum, though, just broke out yesterday. I was going to try to go live a little bit early, but my mom, she had to go to an INR apartment and some stuff. But broke out yesterday, an hour and 7 minutes ago. And you can see Ethereum is already blasting off here. I do think we're going to have a cool-off period here. But so far, guys, it's a day trader's market at this point until you guys want to maybe hit some of these levels of resistance back up here towards 1600. So I think I would have to say today or tomorrow's candle is really going to be a big level of resistance for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we might have a little bit of a pullback down. But since we've kind of just boomed up out of off of these breakouts, we could always continue to soar. I just don't bank on soaring like that, as you guys know. But if it does occur, have a plan for it. Now, one of the other coins that we always like here is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is continuing to bump up here after a little bit of resistance here, resistance there. We're now currently about to hit this resistance for Dogecoin back up here, almost at 9 cents. And that means if Bitcoin continues to break out through the weekend, Dogecoin can almost get back up to 10 cents, everybody, which would be great. And just so you guys know here, for now, actually, let me just get rid of this Fibonacci extension level here. And there you go, you get your Dogecoin breakout still occurring. I'm kind of optimistic about Dogecoin just because of all the news going out right here. But we have another opportunity to just have a breakout. 50-week moving average has not seemed like a level of resistance for us at all. Like going back over here, maybe a little bit there, but the 50-week has not really been a level that's really been a problem for Dogecoin. Neither has the 20, to be honest, right? A little bit here, a little bit there, but we've been above that, kind of breaking above it for a while now. Back over here as well, a little bit of a little bit of resistance, a little bit of support, but it hasn't been too much of a problem for us. So I'm excited to see where this can go, but cautiously optimistic, I would say. Keep an eye on some of that stuff that hasn't been moving back up as much as everything else. Usually those lower market cap plays, everybody. That's what I've been kind of playing at. That one that we talked about, I wasn't able to buy any. It really hasn't moved up. I wanted to buy some just to see what happened, but I don't actually have a Bitfinex account. I thought it might be on Binance, but I couldn't find it. UFO token, which we kind of talked about before, this also continued to have a breakout here. Monthly chart, almost showing a little bit of a double bottom here, but I wouldn't play it like that. I would just play stuff like UFO coin. These simple breakouts that we've been talking about right now, although it's running up against the 20-week moving average or so. But if you guys have any coins you guys are looking at, let me know. So far, my small market cap plays, they're all kind of booming up right now. I don't know if I'm even logged into my account right here. Let me go over here to log in. Log in. I don't want you to show me notifications. No. Okay, so I'm logged in, I think. Then I should be able to go to watch list. There you go. You can see over the last 24 hours, some of my smaller market cap plays over here, they've definitely been kind of popping up. But overall, I guess at the end of the day, we're kind of looking at the last 90 days because that shows how good or bad they've actually been, right? But you can see Hubi's still down a little bit. Phantom's up quite a bit last 90 days. Mina's up a teeny bit. Nexo's still down. So I still have a lot of work to do on a lot of my low market cap plays, especially because I'm dollar cost averaging them. But you guys see Doge on Mars right here is up 35%. Ocean Protocol up 78%. I'm still excited about a lot of these different plays here, but kind of shows you that with all the stuff I'm dollar cost averaging, there's also winners and there's also losers. Like Reef right now is still down 53% in the last 90 days. This one's up 11, down 28, right? Down 54, up 17, and you got some down here, right here. So not the whole market is, the market is making big recoveries like in the last 7 days. There's still a long way to go, I think, for some of these smaller market cap plays. And Crow is something that I would personally, I did personally hop into. This is one of those things where if it can just break out above this level of resistance there and level of resistance there, then it's kind of cleared back up to these levels up here close to $1. Close to 10 cents, my bad. So if you guys want to play like that, I think as soon as we break out above this one, if Bitcoin can just do that one big smash up there toward maybe towards $23,000, I think Crowcoin could really get a parabolic boost there. There's not many other plays that have kind of fallen down so much compared to those June lows. Maybe a weekly chart would probably show you guys a little bit better, especially off of that big bottom that we had over there. But if you guys see any of your plays that have had really big drops, they still have a lot of room ahead of them, at least from a technical perspective, right? Back over here, you see a little bit. I wouldn't trade that as much. Anything else here? No, see not as much room. Sand, it's already back up there a little bit. Sushi's fine. KDA is fine. ICP had a breakout here, but I kind of... You guys know I've been dollar cost averaging this, I think, since like $10 or something. My average is like $5 now. And I guess, $5 looked a lot worse when it was $3.50 a few weeks ago. I would say personally, I always make fun of this, and I will continue to make fun of this for a while. We haven't been above the 20-week moving average since November of 2021. Not last year, the year before that. So I've done a couple some longs on it with about a 5x leverage. And this was after the breakout that we got. Not this one. This one. Okay, I'm not even going to try. You can imagine that line right there. But I'm hoping this is kind of my big YOLO play of the month, I would have to say, getting preparation for Black History Month. I think ICP could actually have a massive rip here after coming down so much over the past few years. Because as far as I know, the project is still up and running. They're facing just a level of resistance from the 20-week moving average. But all I really see here as far as a big level of resistance is right there. We have an opportunity, if we close above this on the weekly chart, to break out right there, break out above the 20, and have a big move here. Again, we need Bitcoin to kind of keep this momentum up, but I do think ICP could have a really big rally compared to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin goes up 1%, ICP is going up 10%. Something like that. Just the cautionary tale, though, with ICP, remember, it is still a larger market cap play. I haven't looked at the market cap for ICP in a while, but I do know the market cap is still pretty high. Yeah, it's like 1.3 billion, so it's not even in the hundreds of millions. But this is something that's on my watch list. I just kind of want to see it break out above the 20, because as soon as we hit the 20-week moving average, I'm actually scaling out 20% because I'm more cautious as far as this type of trading is concerned. Excuse me. Yeah, but as far as Bitcoin, it's been moving up so much that my charts can't even hold it in right now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot. This is a pretty good day, everybody. Bitcoin definitely is ripping, and it continues to consolidate, rip even higher, consolidate, rip even higher. If there's anything that's not really going up today, it looks like AXS, but that's already ripped up yesterday, so I'm not going to complain. Luna, the Lunas, they have their own problems, as you guys know. Sushi Coin hasn't really ripped up too much, and maybe Spell Token hasn't ripped up that much, but I think it ripped up quite a bit yesterday. Yeah, ripped up a little bit yesterday as well. So keeping an eye on everything. I'm pretty happy with how the market's come back a little bit. Yeah. Go to the 5-minute chart here, though. See, and I wonder if it has a little bit to do with all the meme coins also having their breakout moments as well. Let me go over here very fast and push that bottom there. There you go. There's something... I had to reset a lot of my monitors and stuff because my camera was messing up and my... Sorry, Loki's over here. Yeah. He's being a big baby today. I played with him for like an hour. Enjoy Loki for 10 seconds. Oh. That go back to me. There we go. Now he's chilling on my lap. Okay. And hey, Brian, hope you're doing well, my man. Hey, Bithead. What's right here? Shorts incoming. Bitcoin can't sustain these levels. No, it's not going to be able to. Not at all. This is why I had a discussion with you guys a couple days ago, because this is exceeding my expectations. I didn't think we were going to go this high, and I'm happy I'm wrong, but I was wrong. A couple days ago, I had this discussion with you guys. I don't think many people were able to make the stream because basically, just to kind of go on a side note here, I've been putting out a lot more content here, and it's like, here's a couple of the videos here, but they're all like AI assisted videos where I use Amazon Poly to basically I write something out and then I use it to do the voice for me. That way I don't have to kind of waste my voice because my voice gets sore sometimes, if you will, from just over talking. But when I put out some of those videos, YouTube doesn't really notify you guys when I'm live and stuff like that. But a couple days ago, we had a discussion about how the market has been acting a little bit more irrational, especially over this past week, and how sometimes that irrationality can lead to some nice gains here. Especially if you think about it, as far as we talked about the NASDAQ and the SPY here. Just go back to the weekly charts just to show you what I'm talking about. We're still far away from that breakout point or that resistance, I would say, right now, as far as the NASDAQ as that downward trend. The SPY here, we're still pretty far away from it as well. So next week is basically when we can end up running up against those levels of resistance. But again, the market's closed for the weekend. Bitcoin can do whatever it wants. You notice that over the past few days here, as Bitcoin's kind of been soaring up, right? This big move that we've seen here, Friday's candle, Saturday's candle, if you will. Maybe only Thursday had a big move, but that was because of data. Economic data really kind of changed the game. I wouldn't say the CPI numbers were even that great, but it wasn't worse than expected, and I think that's all the market really wanted to see right now. Of course, we're not out of the woods yet. We're probably going to go make all newer lows for 2023, I would say, down the road. But as long as the market continues to go sideways, that gives Bitcoin an opportunity to kind of boost back up here and burn a lot of shorts off. If I go over here to Twitter, now, Twitter, let me look up something while I go over here, because I don't know how to look for this. It's whale trades. We haven't looked them up in a little bit. Whale trades. That it? Yeah, that is whale trades. Okay. Sorry about that. The trading day just ended. Here we go. Yeah, so 24-hour liquidations, 0 on longs and 140 on shorts. The shorts are getting burned out here a little bit more. As far as fear and greed, we're at 31, and we're still pretty fearful. But again, this is definitely not a bad spot to be in. I am scaling out, as I told you, for the past few days now. I started scaling out way back down here. I could have scaled out a little bit later on. I made the mistake there. But as far as I see, deal with this level of resistance up here. Maybe as far as the weekly moving averages are concerned, maybe we just start some type of ugly ascending triangle pattern where we come back over here over the next few weeks, right? That's fine. It probably would break down based off of how the economy is doing. But again, irrationality can really lead you to get some good profits there. I still feel, the best opportunity for me to be making money in this market is to be doing day trading. I like that. By holding for less than 24 hours in between a trade, I can make a lot of money in 24 hours, right? And then also, I feel like as far as my long-term investments, I'm not rushing in to put all of my bags, that are on the sidelines back into the market. I'm still consistently doing my dollar cost averaging strategy and waiting to see what will happen. That's me being cautious. I'm overly cautious. You guys know that. I'm pretty sure you probably already heard a tweet or something or a YouTube video saying that we've already reached the bottom and this is it for crypto, stuff like that. While I hope it is, until we can really separate from the traditional markets or the economy really looks good, I'm still going to be that pessimistic guy for 2023, although I love these pumps that we're seeing right now. There we go. But if we can break out above this 21,480 level, that'd make me pretty excited about what could happen over the next few days. Because that means we're kind of on this like a really nice little run there. People falling in love with Bitcoin again? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They need something else to do besides these lottery things. I keep on hearing that every new lottery is breaking records because people need money so much when they could just invest in Bitcoin for the long term. And hey, Ahmadi, hope you're doing well, man. On short, how high can we go? Personally, my next resistance is 21,480. If there's really one level I'm like, we're not going to get above it, it'd be around $25,000. Do I think we can get up there? Probably not, but I think over the next few weeks, if Bitcoin, the NASDAQ and SPY both break out, yes, we could get to 25,000, then probably just get rejected by that 50-week moving average right here, this blue level. I'll show you right there. That's what I'd be looking at right now. But short term, whenever we have a big boom like this, there's usually a pretty sizable pullback. We just haven't had a big boom like this for a while. And this isn't a bull market. So when's the last time that Bitcoin ran up? I don't know how much percent this is in 1 week. About 22% in 1 week. That's 10%. At the high, that's 21% over here. I should probably go back to the daily chart then so you can see what I'm talking about because the weekly is not going to short properly. Have a pullback like that, and then of course we continue to rip back up. But we should have a pretty sizable pullback, I believe, over the next few days. You can see we had a big boom right over here, a little bit of a pullback. I don't think we're out of the woods yet, but maybe we are. Yeah, the economy is too much of a concern for me at this point. But I'm just going to continue to do my dollar cost averaging. Because no matter what happens, I make money. If we go up to all-time highs and this is really the bottom, I still make money because I was doing dollar cost averaging. Not as much as I wanted because I didn't put all of my money into Bitcoin yet. Or altcoins and stuff like that, but I'd still be pretty happy with it. Do I always shut off Binance? On TradingView, I tend to just because the data is a little bit better. It's less choppy. It's sending more data over to TradingView, and everything's just a little bit smoother. Primarily because sometimes I like to use the seconds charts just for fun. And, as I do this, right, seconds chart right there, looking very, very nice, very, very easy. You can see how things are going up, down, tick, 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 tick. If I were to go maybe to Bitcoin on another exchange, I don't know. Let me go to crypto. Like Bybit? No, that's something else. Coinbase? See how that's not looking nearly as nice and pretty? I like those aesthetic things, if you will. This back up there, yeah. So that's why I normally like to go with Binance. Binance is usually giving me much more data. And you can see Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a dip here, but again, this is just a seconds chart. It's not like the end of the world here. But you can definitely see there was a slight breakdown. Right there. Not the end of the world. We're just seeing if we've hit a little bit of a top. But again, I can put this here for you guys. I only think we at least have 1 or 2 more days of this rally if we're going to continue to have it here. We don't really have as far as a resistance level right now as far as a downward trend because we already broke out of that one. It was a false breakout. Maybe that one was a breakout. This is kind of what we've just experienced right now. A big downward move over the past few days, then kind of ripping up a little bit higher. I'll give you guys these two for now. And we can kind of keep track of this. One thing I want to do, though, it'll look kind of weird as I do it for you guys. This feels too big on my screen, so I'm going to adjust that there. Then I'm actually going to change the size of my window here so I can kind of fit more data in there because I feel like that's just a lot better. There we go. Now I'm not kind of scrunched for space on my monitor because I have a wide monitor here and everything is confined to this little corner. There we go. There we go. A little bit easier. 2023 bull run of 2024? Well, if the economy really goes into a recession and banks keep on telling us that they think it's going to go into a moderate recession and they're preparing for the worst. I think I just read an article about that on CNBC here. I would say that the bull market would either start late 2023 or in 2024 towards the beginning of it. JP Morgan tops estimates for fourth quarter revenue but says mild recession is now central case. So recession, right? Keyword recession. I'd probably say 2024. But I say we bottom in 2023. So I'm still buying. 2023 is my year for buying and buying and buying. 2024 is mostly my year for just holding and waiting to see my profits roll in. So 2024, we start having some good opportunities. I don't really feel like I need to sell much in 2024. Maybe towards the second half of 2024. Until then, it's going to be some really nice trades out there where you see an initial few boosts coming from the market, and then from there, you just kind of wait and hold. Otherwise, you're kind of selling in that halfway point when you should be waiting a little bit longer. This is usually for your spot trades. So just to kind of put this in historical context, I'll just open up the monthly chart here and do the Coinbase one. Right? You see how you have these smaller boosts and then kind of died down, then we have a larger one. Kind of COVID kind of messed up that strategy there. But you see over here, sideways boost, you find your bottom, small boost, then you get really parabolic levels. You'll know when you're here because like everybody's freaking out. Everybody's going, "Oh my gosh, yeah, we're there, it's over, yeah, it's time to sell, yada yada." As far as this next big move, I mean, Bitcoin usually follows some pretty nice Fibonacci levels here. Not exactly, but there's one right there where we just kind of hit. Perhaps we get all the way up to $136,000. Maybe we get something good like that. Especially as in 2023, my hope is that we're going to get some regulations and things of that nature. With those regulations, as they come in, you're going to notice that we have a lot more optimism or a lot more money coming in from the private sector. That money with the private sector is going to be able to grow that total crypto market cap to really, really insane levels. Just so I can show you guys right here. You guys can't see it. Up here, oh no, there. The global crypto market cap is $979 billion, okay? That is so tiny. That is so small, guys. So, later on, I think next year when we do have all these really parabolic moves, when we're like reaching the highs and stuff like that, I believe it'll go much higher than we anticipate just because there's going to be so much more money pumping in there, and the economy itself will kind of be on a better track than it is now. Not everybody has the money to just be tossing in this right now because everybody's freaking out about inflation and yada, yada, yada. I'm worried about inflation. I'm worried about the economy getting worse and worse and worse. People are not having as much money. Their savings accounts going down. That's not stuff that usually leads to a really good bull market. However, again, this is Bitcoin's first recession as far as what's going on in America, right? So we don't exactly know. And you can see that breakdown we just saw there. Let's go over here to the 15-minute chart. We're breaking down now, everybody. We're breaking down. We had higher highs, higher lows. Higher lows and lower highs. We were expected to break out here to go a little bit higher. We did not. So we might be looking at a little bit more of a cool down period right now here. So just be aware of that. Maybe we might have some issues if we hit that 20 or something like that. There you go. And again, Bitcoin is at 20,744 or something like that. It's at a pretty good spot. It's okay if it comes back down a little bit here. And anyway, Bagels, happy to see you back, man. We're going to pull it all weekend. Already started to take profits. What do you call I've already started taking profits too a couple days ago, actually. For me, yeah, I probably will be streaming this weekend. That's for sure. I keep on messing this up here. Let's go bottom. Let's pop that up to 20 so we don't have to look at the bottom so close. There you go. I don't really think I have anything to do this weekend. I'm going to take Loki to the dog park. That'll be for part of the day. But for the most of the day, yeah, I'm just going to be chilling around here. So I'll probably do that. What I've been working on, again, is just those tutorial videos for you guys. Not even tutorial videos, just definitions videos for everybody to help you guys out in case you guys want to learn some economics terms. But yeah, I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow, and I'll probably have a member stream tomorrow as well here as we try to see if the market can at least test out some of those resistance levels as far as the NASDAQ and the SPY are concerned. And hey, Pooh, my thoughts on Matic? Hold on. Let's see right here. Matic already hit that price target a while ago as far as I was looking at. This probably what happened, actually, how long ago was that? Oh, just a couple hours ago. Maybe 15, 30, actually, probably only like 45, yeah, like an hour ago or so. As far as Matic, it looks like it's running up against that 50-week moving average here, so I'd be a little bit concerned about that. It already broke out there. I'd be concerned that it somehow closes at the end of the week below 95 cents. That'd be my concern there, because then you would see a level of resistance kind of breaking from here to here, where we don't break out above it. We just close below this level here. Let me get out of that. There you go. We close below this level right here, leading us back down into this general trading range that we've been holding pretty well over the past few months, although we did find a way to break out of it in October. But that's what I'd be afraid of right now. I would hope that we can try to break out above this and go a little bit higher, but Matic hasn't been above this thing in a long time, like way back over here of March 21st of 2022. No. Yeah, it's March 2022, yeah. So it's been a minute since we've been over there. As far as day trading is concerned, on the 4-hour chart, it's still pumping. When you see something like this, I tend not to trade it, because I don't want to like try to chase it. The best time to buy this would sometime over here when it broke out, whether it's this breakout right there or this rectangle reversal right there, or something like that. What am I looking at here? I'd probably say if it decides to break down below this, I might take a little bit of a short on it. Other than that, I'd probably just wait for some type of bearish signal, and I don't see the bearish signal right now. This is just consolidating pretty well at this point. Anything else over here? No, yeah. There you go. And you can see Bitcoin trying to consolidate a little bit more here after having that slight breakdown. Why is Bitcoin Ethereum rising now, you think? 10 minutes late. Oh, we did have, I won't say the last breakout from today, but we did have a breakout a few days ago. I think it's because the CPI number personally and the jobs numbers were perfectly fine. They weren't great by any stretch of the imagination, but they were just fine. I think with that, you've seen a little bit more of a pump, especially because I think that, as far as I think here, we're back to where we should have been if the FTX saga never happened. And I think when the FTX saga happened and we made new yearly lows last year, I think the market was just looking for a way to get us back up to something more of a reasonable level of support and resistance. That's kind of my idea here. But I don't know if there was necessarily a big catalyst besides some of the economic news that we've been seeing over the past few days. It just seems like people were looking for an excuse to buy, and they're just taking it now and kind of ramping up. If we go over here to misspelled it, but it doesn't matter. Go over here to whale number 4 now, right? Hasn't been really doing much stuff. I'm waiting to see if they manage to sell, but you can see how this guy's portfolio went up from the number 3 is blocking it. Okay, can I drag this? Yeah, okay. It went from a $2 billion portfolio all the way up to $2.6 billion, and really in a heartbeat. So I wouldn't be surprised if he starts selling off some stuff here pretty soon. There we go. All right. Again, no notice. Hey, Bideford, I'm working as hard as I can to figure out a way to get more notifications out there, but YouTube does not like my content too much. Like, they've been giving a lot of my videos yellow icons. I did a video about... I did a video talking about how they opened up this like wild special counsel at Joe Biden because all the crazy stuff. Like, now he has classified documents and stuff, or had... last year, I guess November, December, he had classified documents that they found. I did a short about that, and they marked it as not good for advertisers. So I've been dealing with YouTube, like they're trying to crack down on my channel for whatever reason. I got them to overturn them, but it took a little bit of time. So a lot of my time has actually been dealing with that type of crap. But I'll see what I can do here. It's just becoming a hassle to try to notify people. YouTube is not liking my content right now, but like, I'm just going to keep on making the same stuff, right? And hey, Yellow Vest, hope you're doing well. And hey, Joseph, hope you are doing very, very well, my man. Have you heard some stories about Elon Musk and Twitter? Maybe Binance contributed to the deal for the integration of crypto? I mean, what do you mean? Maybe. I do know there's like been rumors swirling about it, especially about Dogecoin and stuff like that over the past few months. I would say there's probably a deal in the works, and that's going to be very good. I would think that there's some day traders playing, some larger, wealthy, day traders out there or traders out there trying to manipulate the market a little bit right now, which is definitely fine by me. I like to see my profits go up. I don't think any of those rumors were the reason that this happened, but I could be wrong. I haven't been able to go on Twitter all too much over the past few days. Only thing that's been really trending on there was SmackDown, Friday the 13th, Jackpot, Ferb, Dallas Zoo, the CDC, Ted Lieu, Velma. Oh god, I tried to watch Velma, I couldn't do it. I was really excited to give it a shot too, but it was just it was horrible. It wasn't the Scooby-Doo gang that I knew and love. It was just like somebody just using the characters but not understanding who the characters were. Yeah. Let's see. And hey, Cape Cod Mama, hope you're doing well. I am doing very well. Evening, Mike. Do you think Janet Yellen said today might have triggered this pump even though it was negative? It could have. I mean, here he's talking about this. I was in the process of making a short video about this, but I can just talk about it now. The U.S. will hit its debt limit Thursday. Start taking steps to avoid defaults. I'm surprised it's Thursday. Everybody kept on saying it was supposed to happen in the summer or something like that, but I guess we spent more money than we thought. I don't know how it works exactly. But yeah, so either to suspend or increase the debt limit, that means we may have a battle coming up pretty soon, or they're going to extend it and then push the battle for down the road. But if I was a Republican, and I'm more of a cutthroat type of politician here, if I do try to talk about politics, Biden's on the back foot with a new special counsel and going after him because I guess he could have broken some laws. Do the fight now, while he's on the back foot. That may take pressure off of Biden off of that, but put pressure on him as far as the debt ceiling. Or you could try to just let Biden continue to deal with this controversy as far as classified documents and just say, hey, we'll push it out for a little bit and while we start to negotiate. If I was Kevin McCarthy, or as far as I know Kevin McCarthy from what I've seen on news, he seems more like the guy that would push it out and then gear up for a fight and make sure he's prepared for said fight. I'm guessing that's what would happen. But as far as Janet Yellen, it could have. It was a big news event. It could have just been that, or maybe some earnings came out. I know the banking earnings were pretty good today. I think so because of those high interest rates. They make a killing off of those. And they can put some Bitfarms and Hive. I mean, if the market is still high on Monday, you should see them bounce up quite a bit, and then you would probably be doing the puts around that time. The hard thing is right now, because there's no, the market's not open, it's going to be hard for you to try to get those puts options right now. Anything they say is the opposite. Yeah, politicians definitely have their own way of talking nowadays, that's for sure. Let's see. And hey, Samples, you got some profits, let us know when to get back in. Personally, for me, I'm still doing dollar cost averages, but in order for me to want to get back into Bitcoin and kind of see that, hey, I want to be buying back in here for some of these plays, I'm going to need Bitcoin to go back down to like $19,000, $18,000 personally for me. That may take some time depending on what the market decides to do over the next few days. But, I'm happy to just wait it out, I would say, for some of those spot trades that sometimes take a couple weeks to really play off. That's what I'd be looking at. I don't know if I have the GAN boxes still, or what chart they may be on. Let's go 4. No, that's Bitcoin Doge work. No, those are Apple and SPY trades from a while ago. Yeah, this is because SPY's hitting a level of resistance right now. Those are a couple pitchforks. Yeah. Load layout. Main Bitcoin GANs, perhaps? No, I think this was actually the main Bitcoin GANs. Oh, it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, it's not there. I was going to try to pull up one of my old GAN boxes on here. I don't want to spend the time to make it, though, because they take forever to make. Signals? Is this it? Ah, here's one. So this is Ethereum. Let's go to Bitcoin. Does Bitcoin have one? Coinbase Bitcoin? Okay, maybe not all of them have one. Okay, let's see. So we had a breakout a few days ago according to this one. I wish I had one for Bitcoin though, but Ethereum could help us out as well. We're facing a little bit of resistance there, but that's ultimately not too much of a big thing here. Some support there, not too much this one to this one doesn't really matter as much. As far as Ethereum is concerned, I mean, we could really just see another big surge here. Like there's always those minor levels of resistance and stuff like that we talk about. Like here's a minor level, this little peak that we had back in October. That's around 1684, which is about $100 or a little bit over $100 more. But then you see that if we can just break above that, then we could have a really big surge back up to here, which was a level of support for us, but also kind of matches up with that 50-week moving average. So I think Ethereum, like in theory, could really move up all the way to like the $1900, but I wish I had Bitcoin on here. I don't know why I don't have Bitcoin technical on this one. Maybe if I go over here to 4. No, I haven't used this one such a long time. That's fine. Oh, let's get out of it for now. There we go. We don't want to be in the work one, though. We need to be in the YouTube show. There you go. There you go. And Bitcoin's finding its way back up here. Hopefully we're just making some type of flag or something similar. I'll show you guys this for now. And so you guys can see on the 50-minute chart, a little bit of a pullback. We'll see if it gets worse or not, but so far it's not really a bad pullback if you ask me. But we are making lower lows here. That's the big thing. That's the concern. Lower lows, possibly lower highs. We need to make a move here as far as Bitcoin's concerned if you want to see this continue to rally over the next few hours or such. Or just the next day, right? Hey JLW, that sucks. Perhaps if you dye your hair blue and say more pro-Biden stuff, YouTube may take it a little nicer. I mean, there's stuff I like about Biden. There's stuff I don't like about Biden. It's just, I think when there's a special counsel investigating a president, that's pretty big news, right? YouTube determined that was somehow anti-advertisers or whatever it is. Let's say the yellow icon. I challenged it and I won the challenge, but it's just weird to see that was happening. So I'll keep doing my content and whatnot. But right now I'm just gonna go for bulk and then do a little bit more of those commentary videos. Because so far what I've been doing with the channel, as you guys know, is I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything here until I got kind of busy over the past few months. Past month, I would say, especially since I'm starting my new ADHD medication. That's been interesting. So it's messing with my workflow. But basically, we are hitting a little bit of resistance there. Let's hope we can break out above it. There's there's a few things I'm working on with my channel right now. One, it's not even ready yet. I'm still kind of going through the process of setting up stuff. Those are going to be interviews that I do with congressmen and stuff like that, if I can just get them to respond to my messages, right? I might just have to call them like a normal person, but I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So interviews is one thing I plan on doing. The second thing I plan on doing is your streams and stuff like that. I'm going to pair the streams, though, with daily little upload videos, just like little technical analysis videos on what's going on in the market today, right? So technical analysis, content, and live streams. Then we also got interviews. The second part, third part, I want to be doing is stuff like this, where I show you guys terms. Like the videos I have coming out tomorrow is what is a 529 plan. The one after that is what is abnormal returns. The one from today is what is a 10-year note. What before that, what is a 10K report? What is OX protocol? Those type of simple videos that are like really easy. They take about a minute to do or something like that. Not really complicated there. Or they don't take a minute to do. They take like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to watch. That's the third thing here. Third thing. And then the last thing I'm trying to do is do news related event stories and just talk about them. So that could be with me talking, like using this window. So like I can use this window. I know the picture is not going to be the same, but I'm talking about a news article here. Or I could just be doing some type of basic short video. Where I'm on a short and I'm just saying, hey, this is news of the day. It's like 10, 15 seconds short, nice and easy. Those are the different things I'm trying to do right now. All I'm really working on right now, what I'm trying to get done right now, which is kind of a hassle, is send some letters out to my local congressmen and women and see what they have to say. Excuse me, see what they have to say. I'm going to ask some of my local House representatives. They're all Democrats, I believe. And my state senator, probably Patty Murray, because I know of her more. There's another one, but Patty Murray is like, I think, third in charge as far as the Senate goes. So she has some power, she has some knowledge, and she's very articulate. So I'd want to have her on an interview, just like, normal like Google voice call, and me just ask her questions. But just so you guys know, when I interview people, if it's a politician, it's not going to be a combative interview. It's just to learn and be educational. I'm not going to be asking her about taxes, abortion, immigrants, not that type of stuff. Crypto regulation, nice simple stuff, which I hope would be somewhat calm and not going to get her to hang up on me. And hey, Getchum, I hope you get some of that money back, my man. Losing money is never a fun time. Trust me, I've done it plenty of times before when I was starting off trading. Bazinga is saying Bitcoin will hit 1 million by 2030. No way. I mean, that always seems so crazy to me. I'm sure it can get really high up by 2030, but I don't think it's going to get that high for a while unless something really fundamentally changes about how the world adopts, cryptocurrencies. And I don't see that happening, especially for Bitcoin. My hope is that eventually Bitcoin isn't even the dominant cryptocurrency. There's something else, like an Ethereum or something, that really makes that really gets people buying it up. Scooby-Doo without the dog is like Black Panther without the panther. Probably not going to end well. It was not a good series. To me, the Velma series sucked. I think if we go over here, just to go on a side tangent, everybody. Velma, Rotten Tomatoes. What is it at? It's a... Oh! So maybe that is barf. 56% on the tomato meter and 7% on the audience score. I mean, that's the girl from The Office. I really don't know any of these. Oh, that's the guy from Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah. You have to wonder, in the development of Velma, where did everything go so horribly wrong? Sporadically witty, but ultimately rather tedious, the HBO Max comedy leverages more than a half-century of name equity to yield an animated prequel that's definitely not for kids, meddling or otherwise. Yeah. While it didn't win me over completely, it did leave me interested enough to see that it reaches its full potential of a story that feels unique and different with love and good humor for the characters. Yeah. It's risque humor, as they say. So you got some 5 stars, a lot of 1 stars, some 3 stars. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do a Velma review. Ha, not really, because oh my god, there's so many toxic review YouTube channels. I feel like you could watch them if you want to hear my thoughts, because all they do is like I think that there's channels out there that all they do is hate on stuff, and they make money off of hating off stuff. I don't know how they do it, but they get tons of views. I think probably other people hate that type of stuff too. What's my take on Spell? High risk project with a very low market cap, worth tossing a few $100 into it. That's my that's not my personal. That's my opinion there. But I'm still confident enough to continue dollar cost averaging into it. It's on my watch list again. Very, very small market cap. I'm hoping it gets on a few other exchanges down the road though. So I can kind of open it up to a little bit more buyers. But I like it enough to buy. Now again, not thousands of tens of $1,000s, a few $100. I think I have like $500, something like it right now. Maybe that $500 is now worth like $800, $900, something like that. But only put in a certain amount of money there with dollar cost averaging and maybe a couple bulk buys on a couple crashes. Let's say here, it's Spider crypto lines. Never mind, Doge just hit 9, and there you go. Right? It should be hitting 10 here over the next few days if Bitcoin can just continue on this little path it's on. Again, going up to maybe 22, 23,000. That'd be more than enough to get Dogecoin popping off here, especially if we have some type of catalyst. Especially as you see Bitcoin right now having a small breakout. Right? Small breakout, not a big one. Small breakout. I wouldn't say this is like a massive breakout that's going to lead to some crazy move. However, I like a breakout no matter what type of breakout it is. Making a move back up here. What we need to do now is, actually I can just take this off because I'm going to be moving stuff around here. Now that we have a breakout, now we need to break out these higher lows. Excuse me, lower highs. Yeah. If I go to 15, which one is the real one? I guess we just got to deal with it like this. We'll go here. Go a little bit higher. I like what I see though. There you go. Do we need to worry about anything else here? Should be fine for now. Let's just kind of see how this small breakout occurs. This is why I like the day trading market right now. How do I feel about Voyager and the claims? I mean, as far as Voyager is concerned and the app and everything like that, I wouldn't use them. I mean, I wouldn't touch Voyager or anything about it right now personally. It's kind of just a tainted thing at this point. It's just tainted until everything can kind of get fixed up as far as, you know, Binance buying it, people getting their money back, and how much of the money do they get back. It's going to be a messy process. You could always trade the coins and stuff like that, like, you know, on a number of exchanges. To me, though, it just doesn't seem like it's worth it to hold for the long term, especially as it's going to be, the trust is going to be shaken for a while on that sucker. I'd rather put my money into other lower market cap exchange tokens, like not even like a lower market cap, but like, you know, crypto.com seems like they're still doing fine. One of my favorite picks, BGB, is still doing fine here. We haven't checked out BGB in a while, so let me actually see if it's doing fine. It's one of these things I told you guys to buy. Not last September, the September before that. Let's go to the daily chart. So it's had a little bit of a pump up here, kind of pumped up a little bit more. But you know, we were buying it, I guess, way back over here at 6 cents back in 2021, which is like way down here. So I've been holding this sucker for a while, but it's still doing fairly well compared to a lot of other assets out there, right? Could be a lot lower. Basically, whenever I get a little bit of money from trading and stuff with Bitget, I tend to put it into BGB. Let me see if I can find it right now. Oh, just in, the global cryptocurrency market cap just regained $1 trillion, which is kind of nice after a really abysmal 2022. Let me see. Let's see. There you go. But yeah, well, you know, it's gone up a little bit today. Not really much. It looks like 2%, 3%. I guess I could have looked it up here actually. Yeah, 3% today. But I tend to buy stuff like this. Bitget's doing fine, but it's at a level of resistance, so maybe it comes back down. But I think BGB, let me go back to Bitcoin here so we can kind of watch this play out. BGB has a market cap that's like really tiny, which is one of the reasons I'm okay with buying it. Yeah, the market cap is $278 million. It used to be a lot smaller back when we bought it on here on the channel. Okay, back over there. Come on, man. Keep on breaking out here. That's what we want to see. Would you go into real estate with the money you made from trading? No, I want to buy a house down the road, but right now I'm pretty convinced I'm moving to Nicaragua. And so I'm saving up for a house. I guess I could actually afford a house down there at this point in time. But because I'm not 100% sure that I would just absolutely love living in Nicaragua, even though I've been there a couple times, especially El Salvador as well, I'm probably going to rent a place for a while once I'm down there, then buy a house after like a year and a half or something like that. But I don't know if I have... Hold on, I can probably show you out. Let's see if I can do something here very fast. Oh, I don't have the website anymore on my phone. Oh, that sucks. Gosh, I hate when that works out like that. Um, there was another website I found, guys, about like houses in Nicaragua and stuff like that, and it was absolutely great. But I think I messed it up and I got rid of it because it was so good. Gosh darn it. Uh, I won't be able to find it in a short amount of time here. I don't think. Um, Fauna houses. No, it's fine. But basically, I'm not going to invest in real estate like that. I'm not really a strong supporter, or I'm not really ever been excited about buying real estate personally, um, just because just too many variables for me. I tend to just invest in dividends in indexes that give out dividends. ETFs tends to work out better for me. Now it does take a little bit more upfront cash to do something like that, so you're not just putting money. I can buy a house, do my payments in the house, and also be getting payments from the renter, or the Airbnb or whatever that is. That way, like I have a loan out and stuff like that, paying interest. But I'd rather just lose a little bit extra spending potential and just put it into like an ETF, let those dividends roll out every quarter, and just make my money there, pay the taxes on it, and just be happy with it. Especially because I know the market will continue to go up and up and up. Housing market, it will definitely continue going up over the long term. But I don't, I don't want to deal with a person bashing in a wall or doing something stupid, or me having to deal with that, or even the property I would pay to be dealing with that, because I don't want to deal with that. I'm not much of a real estate type of guy. I feel like real estate is less passive, and there's more hands-on stuff you have to do in that field. And I'm pretty lazy when it comes to that type of stuff, so I don't want to deal with people or management. I can just, if I, yeah, it's much easier for me just to go online and say, hey, my dividends are rolling in right now. Awesome. My PXD is reaching some nice levels here. I'm going to continue to make some really good money. I'm happy. I'll wait for that next quarterly dividend and I'll reinvest it, or I'll save it, or I'll spend it on something else. That's what I like to do. Like, I thought, Finviz, go over here. It's like stuff like PXD, right? Hold this for a while. Bought a lot of it during COVID. 2022, it's been performing very well. Kind of in its middle ground right now, as you guys can see. Not doing too good, not doing too bad, but overall doing great. But the big thing here is not really so much the price, even though it's part of the factor here. See this dividend right here, 11%. Pays very, very well. I like it. The dividends have been great. That type of stuff is what I look for. Even on some of the other types of energy plays, like you go over here to oil and gas, you go to maybe just basic dividend, none there. Let me just go here to make my life even easier. Dividend ratio, all I want it to be really is over 3%. There you go. 10% right here for BSM, Blackstone Minerals. I own this quite a bit, although I didn't buy it during COVID. I bought it a little bit afterwards, but still doing fine. CHK, 11% dividend over here. Dividend 3.72%. I know it's not as much as them, but it's still a good dividend. CV over here, 3.5, a little bit less than 3.5, perfectly fine. A lot of this stuff is just bouncing off of supports, it looks like, or finding new support levels. Broke out there as well. Oh no, it's actually hitting some resistance right there. But 4% dividend, 4% dividend, 5% dividend. I'm a big proponent of dividends for long-term assets, because when you get that dividend check, of course you're paying your taxes on it, but I can determine where that money goes. And I'm not going to have to worry about a broken refrigerator or a broken water heater, bugs infesting the house. I don't know. I worry too much. I don't have to worry about dividends. I worry about, I would have to worry about a house, if that makes sense. And hey, Rybread, happy to see you back, man. Hope you're doing very, very well. You should try getting every state rep on, but try Oregon as well, since they're in your backyard. I am going to try them as well as Idaho, and I was going to try to get like a Canadian person if I could as well. Just kind of thinking about the, what's around Washington State. Every positive interview with these people helps in the long term. That's what I think, and I'm going to try to reach out to some other content creators and ask their opinions on stuff like that as well. Excuse me. After the stream is over, I have a bunch of friends in this space. The more as acquaintances, I would say, because I don't really go out as much, besides a few events to Seattle and like venture capital things every now and again. I will try to reach out to some of them on Twitter and on Telegram and say, hey, Would anybody want to do an interview? You can plug whatever show or project you're working on on the interview, because a lot of them work in businesses that deal with corporations. So like I work with I know a couple guys that run an NFT business, and they deal with brands to help them with their NFT projects. So this could be like a McDonald's, a Starbucks, stuff like that. They can work with them and explain what NFTs are, that type of stuff. Maybe I'll do that. And then I can also do the same thing for like people in the crypto space, exchanges, finance, crypto, the blockchain spaces. I would say what it really is. I'll hit some people up and see if they want to do some interviews. I would just have to figure out some questions for them, but I know I could easily come up with that within a couple days. I would love to see your toxic pop culture reaction channel from you. What do you call it? Would be very, very interesting. I should probably do that because I don't know. I am a very self-conscious person. So like I always worry what people are gonna think about me when I really shouldn't. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing something like that in the future. But right now I don't have time. But in the future, probably when I have more free time and I have more people on the staff. And hey, Echo Pink, happy to see you back. On the mini, you have a few good breakouts here as far as Bitcoin is concerned, and a breakout that just happened maybe about 5-6 minutes ago as well. Probably 10-15 now. Am I into Taiwanese semi? 50% profit margin just paid me a lovely dividend. I'm in it. I've scaled out quite a bit over the past few years because I'm afraid of all this China stuff, but I do have still a pretty good amount in there. Although it's not in a private account for mine. For me, it's primarily a long-term retirement account. So I'm not really like taking the dividends out and stuff like that. It's mostly just, it goes back into my retirement account and I reinvest it into something else. Primarily right now, what I've been investing in is a few banks out there. JP Morgan's been one. And then the other thing has been healthcare providers. I'm trying to find companies with exposure at this point in time with Mark Cuban's new medical company where he's trying to, a drug company, I don't know what you call it, where he's trying to get people lower rates for drugs, pills and stuff like that than the competitors because they're charging huge profits. He's just trying to undercut them. I'm hoping that he can find a way to do that and I can make some money off of some of those plays, but I haven't looked in too hard to it. Mostly just other dividend plays. Like what's been interesting here is I've been starting to get into a little bit, real estate market. So if you go over here to screener, sector, real estate, market cap, I want it to be over 2 billion. Where's that little sucker at? There you go. And for dividend, I want it to be over 3. So I've been looking at a lot of companies like this, getting in there just bit by bit. You can see how we've kind of bounced off of those lows over here from October. Some things are going up a little bit higher here, doing fairly well. I've been looking at a bunch of stuff like that. Not really investing so much into it, but a little bit. See, 11% right here. That's enough for me. Arbor Realty, I've been looking at this for a while though. I probably should have bought it back in October, but I bought it like over here as it was breaking out. So I kind of missed the quarterly dividend on that one. But ADC over here, 3%, 12% for AG&C. People are hopping into dividend plays right now. So if you have a dividend, it seems like you're doing fairly well, especially over the last few weeks. Even the lower ones over here, doing perfectly fine. Ooh, look at those rings. I like the ring. Well, these are all feminine rings, I think, but this gold ring looks kind of nice. 11% right there, right down here, 5%, but this one's kind of dying down. Apartment Income Realtor Corporation. I thought about this. I really did. I decided against it, but I may come back to it if it kind of manages to hold some support over here for an extended period of time. But yeah, so you can see a lot of stuff is also sideways over here. So real estate though, it's gotten hit pretty hard. I'm okay with starting to invest in it a little bit more. Some of you guys may like dividend plays over 10% or something a little bit more extreme. They're there. And they're not doing terrible right now, that's for sure. Not doing terrible. BXMT, Blackstone Mortgage Trust, this is something I own, has not performed as much as I would like to, but it also has a 10% dividend. Annaly Capital Management, but yeah, Rhythm Capital Group, I haven't actually touched this with a 10-foot pole. Something about this scared me when I looked at their data. What was it? As a leader providing the capital and services of real estate and financial services sectors. I don't know, something about this when I went to the data. Real estate. Oh, servicing. Servicing. I don't like services. Yeah, there it is. Was there anything else besides that? No, I think it was just the services. I don't want to be too exposed for services. Ah, Bitcoin fell down a little bit too. See, and hey, Larry, if you want to, feel free. I'd appreciate it a lot. It opens you up to member streams as well, so I appreciate it a lot. TCN is a real estate play, extremely undervalued and very profitable. Oh, I'll have to check it out then. What do you call? I think real estate is going to have an amazing rebound after everything is said and done. I still think real estate is always going to be something you want to invest in for the long term. As long as the company has good management and they're making a profit, I'm usually pretty happy with them. It's usually I feel more hesitation around companies that are around the building, the building, the commodity side of things, because when the market's not there, they're not getting paid to build new houses and stuff like that. That's where I usually have problems. It's not usually the people that actually own them and buy them and stuff like that. Sorry, my stream kind of went sideways for a second. What about NOP? Let me check out NOP very fast. At TCN and Nail as well. Ooh, look at that. You're talking about KNOP, offshore partners, dividend 33%, income. So it's a very small market cap play here. That kind of brings me a little bit of worry right there. Normally, you saw how I said over 2 billion. That's just kind of my safe plays there. But for maybe more of just a private investment account and not a retirement account here, hasn't really been able to hold up some of these support levels like you might want it to, maybe because that's there and not there. It's fallen down quite a bit. Dividends 32%. Downgraded. Downgraded yesterday. Is that what caused the drop? I think it was just downgraded. Was that it? Earnings. Okay. For something like this with such a small market cap, the best thing I could say here is you actually have to go over here. First of all, you see United Kingdom. United Kingdom economy is kind of tippy right now. Marine shipping is something where it could be affected a lot by the economies, of course. No. 2022. Or maybe because it's from England, it has to do a 20F instead of a 10K. Yeah, annual report. Okay, there you go. I know you guys can't see this, and don't worry, it's not important. There we go. Okay, get some numbers and stuff on the screen here. Brazil, North Sea, Brazil. Oh, Brazil's having some issues right now. A lot of these were built up in the 2011, 2013. Okay, that's fine. Capacity. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So they only have a small amount of ships. Okay. Organizational structure. Offshore tankers. Okay. Partnership. Not offshore. It's not a complex one. It's only a small market cap, isn't it? Okay, is there something here? Okay, there we go. So revenues. Okay, so revenues are staying the same. Staying the same. Going up a small amount. Royal Dutch Shell going down. Wow. How are you not making money off a Dutch Shell? Brazil services staying the same. So operating results. Boat revenues gone down. Loss of higher insurance recoveries up. That's not really something you care about. Other income a little bit. Vessel operating expenses going up, probably with inflation. Yeah. Depreciation up. Impairments up from 2020. Not much. I'd say from 2020. Yeah. And administration expenses going up. Interest income going down. Interest expense going down. Other financial expenses going up. Realize so. Net less gain on foreign currency transactions. Okay. So, they're okay. They're okay, but something about their guidance must have been very, very bad for the market to drop down as much. Because it looks like they're not growing. Right, the growth isn't there, and that's the primary thing you want to see: growth, along with making a profit. General administrative expenses are increased and related to increased legal and administrative fees in connection with the IDR exchange and the ATM program. Increased administration fee from not management in connection with the refinancing activities in 2021, and the two being included in the results of operations. Okay. See. So COVID made stuff a little bit more expensive in 2020. Scheduled dry docking, okay. As a result, 2022 partnership received $0.6 million for this extra voyage. The decrease was primarily offset by a $0.3 million credit received from Norwegian ship owners, mutual war risk insurance. Okay, sorry for the boring stuff, guys. Long term, sure, give it a shot. Bitcoin's still kind of humming up here after that breakout that we talked about. Let's see if we can get this big move here. I would give it a shot. I mean, I would like to own it for probably a while, primarily because it just tanked, though. The fact that it just tanked, I mean, that gives me a buying opportunity here that I would love to take, especially with that dividend price right there. But because the price just dropped, that dividend amount is going to be going down quite drastically there. Not the dividend percentage, but probably the dividend amount. So, but yeah, it seems like I would toss a little bit of money in there. Not a lot, but a little bit to see where it goes. With a dividend that high, you really don't have to toss a lot of money in there to make money. See me. And then one more over here. I just want to check out Nail. Oh, we're waiting for Bitcoin to do something cool here. Nail. This one broke out $40. Oh, it doesn't really have much information on it though. That's missing so much information. Oh, it's a home builders and supplies bullet. Oh yeah, never mind. This is it. That's why. I don't know much about this. Wow, that's be pretty interesting. So the holdings: DR Horton, Liner, NVR, Pilter Group, Lowe's, Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, Top Corp, Teller Brothers, Masco, Home Building. I'm cautious about it with the home building part there, but I think it would be fine, especially with all the crazy stuff we're seeing right now as far as California and the hurricanes and the snowstorms and all that stuff. I'd probably say they're going to have a little bit of a better quarter here going forward because all that the government's going to be giving money to a bunch of states to pay for all this stuff to be fixed on behalf of their citizens. Anyways, Christopher, always helping to help you out. And you were looking at NOP because it was consistent in its dividend payout since its induction. Yeah, I mean, it has a bunch of ships. That's good. It looks like they're not too old. They're not like in the 90s or 80s or something like that. They're making a profit. Their expenses are going up slightly, but not enough to really take away too much from that profit. it seems like it'd be fine. You just got to be careful about how much you really want to go crazy and investing in that thing. But since it just had a big crash event over the past few days, I think it'd be an okay opportunity to start buying into it. Just like what I did with Amazon a few weeks ago with Microsoft and Tesla and stuff like that. I'm like, guys, these are massive discounts. I know they might go down more over time, but I'm still going to be enjoying a lot of these, buying opportunities here. That to me seems like a buying opportunity. Again, I would have to look more into it, but you saw what I kind of did there as well. And A far from broke again. Pump and dump or bear market rally. A lot of them are somewhat of the same thing here. I would say this is a bear market rally. I think we have an opportunity to get into some more sideways action until next week or two. Because towards the end of the month, we start having larger tech earnings like Apple and stuff like that. That's where you start to see some really big moves. Before that, though, Bitcoin is going to face a lot of resistance today and tomorrow. It's going to be very, very hard for it to really do any really big moves after this, unless whales come in here and just start attacking every single resistance wall that we have, which can definitely happen. We just haven't seen it happen for such a long time. We've only started really seeing it happen like today or yesterday, maybe. So definitely possible, but I'm not holding my breath for it. But I would say probably just your typical bear market rally, but we've had a really massive surge. Enough for me to start scaling out of some of my positions. Some of the longs I've been taking, or doing a lot more day trading, I would say, but yeah. Might be a calm before the storm going down. Well, what we're waiting for, I think, because we really don't have too much more economic data coming out over the next few weeks. The interest rates are going to be, Loki's over here. Interest rates are going to be raised at the end of the month. I think it's like January 31st, February 1st. I think it's actually going to be February 1st. On top of that, we have to deal with earnings on the 23rd, I think, is the really big one. I thought it was the 23rd, but at the same time, I've been seeing mixed stuff here. So if I go to the mega cap plays here, so like the very, very large companies with huge market caps like Apple and whatnot, Apple's earnings is over here on February 2nd after market close. I thought it was the 3rd. ABBV, another big one here. You like drugs? They got drugs, basically. This one, earnings. No, ABBV earnings. February 9th. There you go. February 9th for that one. Oh gosh, I got a bunch of stuff here. Get out of that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Oh, maybe I just, okay, Finviz, whatever. Back over here to Mega. You got Amazon over here. Amazon is, why do they keep messing this up? I hate that they do that. MZN. February 2nd. So about to have interest rate hike going into massive earnings for a lot of these different plays out here. That's what's going to be concerning to me. But I think we can at least go sideways, if not go up a little bit higher at this point, because of all this this big pump that we've had. We've broken through a lot of levels of resistance. We will have to come back down either next week or the week after that. Have a pullback, but it doesn't mean we're not going to be higher than where we already are currently. So it really depends on what the NASDAQ and the SPY do next week. The NASDAQ and the SPY next week will both run up against those larger resistance levels, which we have been unable to break above for the last 6-7 months at this point. Okay, it's been a while. But if we can break above those, that gives Bitcoin clearance to $25,000, $26,000, really crazy things that are we don't think is possible. Now again, Bitcoin will have a mega crash after such a big boom, but the big boom will still occur, breaking out above resistance levels, which will therefore become weaker on the next time we try to break out above them. ASML, this is semiconductor from the Netherlands. They come out. Oh, we don't have to worry about the Netherlands. Let's go to country USA. There you go. Berkshire Hathaway, Bank of America Corporation. Didn't the Bank of America already have earnings though? Yeah, January 13th. That was today. I think they did pretty well. Yeah, they're up 2%. They didn't start off the morning good, that's for sure. So maybe they're just okay. Costco, that one's coming up here pretty soon. No, not, that's December. Let's see. Oh, I'm not gonna search it up. It's probably in February or something like that, or maybe March. Chevron, January 27th. Oil will be big. Guidance is really what you're gonna care about there. Facebook, another big one right here. You can see it already broke out. I bought Facebook a lot when it was crashing, just like I bought Amazon. I have to say Meta is doing a lot better than Amazon for me at this point. However, Facebook crashed a lot more than Amazon. Facebook just went downward. Earnings is February 1st, so it's really at the end of the month, beginning of February is when like shit could hit the fan, or we go into jubilous celebration as the market decides to go parabolic for a couple days. But like even going back over here to Amazon, see, I bought Amazon back over here at like $95. It's at 98. I just now became profitable off of it, but it came all the way back down to 80, like $80, $81, something like that. I did more dollar cost averaging on this, but my first big public, like I told you guys I was buying, was at $95, and boy, I should have waited a few more days later. But that's why you do long-term trading. It doesn't really matter in the long run. See, and hey Nico, Whales came in and pumped us up above the breakout here. As far as, we took a little bit of a dip here the last few minutes as well. As far as I know, I don't really see too much of a big catalyst right now. It seems like the market would just felt a little too oversold in totality, like on the weekly charts and monthly charts. So it needed to have a little bit more of a rebound. Not really much. I mean, there's technical breakouts and stuff like that. But as far as like the big catalyst of why it happened, I'm not entirely sure. I've been looking on the news and stuff like that. Rumors about maybe something with Twitter. I think I've been hearing about it on the channel today, but not really much else besides that. Right now, Bitcoin, though, is just kind of going sideways and chilling out a little bit. We had a small breakout right there. Led to maybe a day trade if you wanted to take it, but not the best day trade. I mean, like, what would we have been doing here? What level would you have looked at? Maybe something like this to this. Yeah, hit the price target of 1. There you go. But I guess, at the same time, something like this, smaller moves like that, I guess that was there right there. Yeah. A little bit there, a little bit there. What happens if you turn this down? No, it didn't run up against it. Came close, though. There you go. But now we're coming back down just a little bit here, so I'll take that breakout off. We'll go over here to the 5-minute chart, and we can kind of see how wonky this chart is because we just broke down below the 20 moving average in the 5-minute chart. Hope you're well, Mike. Where do you see Doge going or big pullback? For Dogecoin right now, so Dogecoin just broke out above its 50-day moving average for the first time in a while. Last time Dogecoin popped up quite a bit. I would say right now I could see Dogecoin, if Bitcoin continues to break out here over the next couple of days, back up to around 9.5 to 10 cents is my range that I'd be looking at right now for it. Until it hits then, I'm kind of just not buying it, not selling it, just kind of waiting to see where Dogecoin goes. The breakout already occurred a few days ago, right? So you could try to play that. As far as a pullback is concerned, how far can this sucker really go at this point? We managed to break out there. We faced some resistance there. Let's go to the 50-minute chart here. Was it really accurate or not? A little bit of accuracy, a little bit of accuracy. If it comes back down here, probably to lower 8, so like 0.82, excuse me, I might be more inclined to buy it. Right now, you can see how it's kind of peaking at this point. I don't want to buy Dogecoin while it's doing that. I don't want it to come back down here to this level of support, or maybe all the way back down here to around 8 cents in totality, like a little bit less, maybe like 0.079. Then I'd feel okay buying back into it. But for now, this thing is kind of rocketing. I could see it go up to like 9.5 and 10 cents at the most. We'll see if it ends up getting there, but you can see how there's a few waves there. And once we do, let's go back to the daily chart. There you go. This is that level of resistance I think we're going to face. I don't think we're going to get back up here to 16. The only way we get up here is if there's a big news event, which Dogecoin is susceptible to those types of events. But again, like, don't bet on it happening. Just be surprised if it does occur. Other thing here today, guys, is Solana is continuing to rip. I told you guys about the flag earlier today and stuff like that. Day 2, it is continuing to rip quite a bit. Over the past few weeks, this thing has come up a lot. It seems like it's having a nice recovery after all the drama that we saw going back from FTX. Again, FTX, it's trying to recoup those type of levels over here. I'm not trading this at all. I don't even own any Solana. It's running up against the 20-week moving average right now, so I am a little bit concerned about it. But I'm still not going to open up a short unless I see us start to take a little bit more of a heavier hit. If I open up the 50-week moving average here, or the 50-day moving average. Did I say 50-week or 50-day? So, no, we need the week. Okay. What moving average was it hitting then? If it not the... Oh, the 20. Excuse me. My bad. Bad memory hit me here. Okay, let's go. Oh, no. I want to do this chart. So what I need to do is get rid of this one then. Turn this to the weekly one. Pull us on the 50-minute chart. Is it going to show up? Now it's showing up right there. Maybe on the 4-hour chart. There we go. You can see it's running up against that moving average right now. It'll be interesting to see if it can break out above that, but Solana right now is something I'm watching very, very closely just because it's come up so much. It even broke up a little bit higher over here just before eventually tanking. So this could be a short if you guys want to play the move back down over the next few days. Definitely something pretty good. The same with Ethereum Classic. Again, running up to its own 20-week moving average here as well. And also just going into like a few moving averages and whatnot. But Ethereum Classic kind of does its own thing, which is why everybody likes it so much. Put this back to the chart. Wow, yeah. I might be trying to make its way up to the 50 here, but these aren't normally levels of resistance for Ethereum Classic, so... We had talked about Ethereum Classic a few weeks ago as far as like, hey, find something that really hasn't popped up yet, something that's really nice. This is usually a good opportunity. And this is definitely one of the best performers that I've had, but I'm almost all out of this, so I don't really have much more skin in the game as far as Ethereum Classic is concerned. For day and swing trades, primarily day trades is what I've been doing, but I have a few day swing trades out there, but only because Ethereum Classic has a history of doing some really great things. Same with Matic, right? They have that history at that level of resistance breaking out now. Matic can definitely go a little bit higher, but Matic is definitely overbought if you ask me at this point in time. Anything else over here? Filecoin's blasting up a little bit more. So we're seeing some good moves, everybody, but just be careful of all the FOMO out there. I still think Bitcoin can go higher at this point, especially because the weekend tier. But, you know, if you guys try to go in, please make sure to have some responsible stop losses and stuff like that. SBF is pumping Solana for liquidity. Let's see. And that could be it too. I don't know how much Solana he really has though, but it'll be interesting to see. And hey everybody, I'm gonna call it a night. Somebody keeps on ringing on my doorbell, so I should probably go give him a call. It's been nice streaming with everybody. I will be streaming Saturday and Sunday because this is a very, very crazy market environment. Guys, relax, have some fun trading all this stuff, but just be responsible, okay? All right, see you a little bit later. They're not stopping the ring.